Sarah Maywalt is back with us Monday. Actually, we're doing this on Sunday evening. It's Sarah's birthday. She's 36. And 4 years ago, I was at a very significant event in Sarah's life. But the reason I called her out of the blue this weekend is because the show has just been made available to a new network that is called the Equality News Network, Sarah. Doesn't that sound like a great place to be?
Oh, it sounds like a wonderful place to be.
It really does. So to me, I thought that was big ups for even connecting. So within a day or so, they started getting feedback about my show being, bigoted and anti all kinds of groups, including, LGBT type of organizations. And, I said, well, how do you really explain yourself? I said, well, maybe Sarah, who is uniquely positioned, for this issue where LGBT people would be mad at me, I've been a defender since the 70s. What year were you born? What's 36 minus 2014? What was your year of birth?
78.
78. You were I was on the air for 3 years already. I was already fighting for Linda Ronstadt and Patti Smith, saying they were getting screwed in rock and roll media coverage. Why didn't they get glorified like all the white male, rock star gods? So I was doing that in 75. And then I'm an ACLU member. I took all kinds of heat over the course of my career for the kinds of unique either lifestyle issues or reforms in the law to let people stay naked on a nude beach and, do your thing. I've always stood up for individuality, libertarianism, all this stuff. So anyway, out of the clear blue, you've done comedy with me. I'm crazy. I'm an equal opportunity offender. We're on FCC regulated air, so I didn't use the other word. But go ahead.
No, understood. Yeah, no. I mean, Ed, you're a horrible, horrible human being, but you're horrible to everybody.
That's right.
That's just a fact.
It is. So
that's just a fact.
So what do they need to know to think I'm not their enemy? They think I'm the enemy of their group.
Listen, they can go to my YouTube, youtube.com/Sarah Maywalt, and they can watch you roast me on the day before my transition from male to female. They can watch you at Joe Maywalt's funeral,
right.
And that's the thing. That was 4 years ago yesterday. 4 years ago yesterday, you stood up on that stage supporting me.
Always. Look, did I support you as a boy, as a girl, whatever you are? Have I ever done any different to you, no matter what? This is now. Do I love you as a friend? Have I always been that way? I have great affection for you. The people think, oh well, it matters what the person is. Not to me. I'm from the Bronx. Nobody's anything. Go ahead.
Ed, you supported me, not what I was.
Right.
You supported.
That's right.
Who I am.
Yep.
And and that's just the way you are. That's just the way you are. And I mean, I'm getting a little tired. I'm getting a little tired of what I call the cult of outrage, getting upset at every single thing that people say. If it could be construed to be mean to one person, even if they know it wasn't meant to be that nasty. It's just, I'm tired. Comedians have a right to say and to criticize and to make fun of. It was like, what do you want a comedian who doesn't make fun of people? How funny would that be?
And social commentary goes all the way back to before the United States. The idea of attacking authority on humor, on hypocrisy, on just its general condition that's negative for people, standing up for that. I think it's the best tradition. It's what's made LGBT a viable entity in the modern world. It's that system of you say enough, it gets through to people, and before you know it, you're in the game. So that's why it caught me off guard. But you and I know each other before you began the transition.
Right.
What would you describe as the difference having friends, and not just me, but just having pals. Now that you are are you pre-op? Is that a technical term? Should I use that?
That's a technical term. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I am.
So there you go. So you are in a very important, critical. I mean, you're already dating. Your life is moving. Sarah's life has moved on long past your announcement. And
right.
So what is that? How are people? Do people like me seem the same to you? Are we the same, or are we a little bit different because you see everything a little bit differently?
Well, I mean, I mean, Edward, you're absolutely the same. Some people treat me different. Some people do treat me different. And yes, you have graciously offered to try out my shiny new vagina when I get it.
Absolutely.
And
standing offer,
But, I know.
Clinical purposes, but still, somebody's got it.
But you're still the same person.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, some of the people on the subway are a little bit more of an asshole to me at times, but
right.
who cares about them? They're people on the subway. Crazy people, you shouldn't worry about them.
That's right. Well, see, I think that's a really important point. Who you choose to vest with the power to upset you, it should be a very important decision. You shouldn't go around, letting everybody get at you. And I kind of feel like I got swept up in that, but go ahead.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Some people's stares, some people's giggles at times. It does get to me. I mean, I'm just human,
right?
And
right.
I mean, everybody can be offended, but I don't think that means that you have. I don't think that your offense has any sort of right to shut somebody up. Do you know
right?
What I mean?
Isn't that it? Now, see, that's it. That's what I really think the rule should be. You have all the right to be offended. And if that motivates you, and see, here's another side of it. Some people say this has no value, but I think you agree with me. It does. The catalyst who does piss everybody off. But if 3 people on the way home come up with 3 good ideas that ricocheted off of how this other person annoyed them, then that's a very useful exercise. You know what I mean? You want to keep that wide open. That's where solutions are going to come from.
No, absolutely. And the thing about comedy especially, it's like if you're not offending people, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, listen, there's a reason why no one remembers a Seinfeld joke. It's because he never said anything important. If you want to say something important, you're going to have to offend somebody. It's just a fact.
That's it.
Galileo offended people.
That's it. One of my favorites.
Offended people.
Yep.
When I'm talking about Socrates offended people, and Ed Tyll offends people.
And that's quite a crowd. See, I'm honored to really be in that list. Those are my guys. I mean, those are the real troublemakers. Yeah.
You're in good company.
Troublemakers serve a very important purpose in an open society. Of course, we can't do much good in China. We're not going to do a lot of good in a very heavy-handed. Yeah.
I mean, to be quite honest, that you and I both, that we are definitely people who'd be burnt at the stake at certain points in history.
That's right.
Let's be honest.
That's it. And you know what? It doesn't bother me at all. Well, listen.
It would bother me to be burnt at the stake.
Well, the burning would. You're right. I don't like the burning, but being thought of as someone worthy of burning, I kind of like that. So now, 36. I had very dark thoughts about the future of society when I was 36. I seem to be remembering, since we were going to talk today, thinking about, what was it? I was 35, 36. I was living in Lake Worth, Florida. I was on the air every day. But the world, I know what it was. One Russian guy was dropping dead after another. Reagan was trying to do something with the Russians, and every time he would say something, another guy would drop dead. Then they shot that Korean airliner out of the sky. I'm like, Jesus Christ, we're never going to make this. It's never going to be made. And then here I am 22 years later. What's your prognosis on civilization, modern America? Civilization, modern America, right. Better, worse, survives, becomes second, becomes better than ever. What do you see? 36.
I'm scared. I thought this whole internet thing was going to be a good thing. I'm starting to worry it's not going to be. I'm starting to worry that giving everybody a voice was a bad idea.
Bad idea. I love it. Right.
I'm sort of wondering if we should just go back to like some sort of like a despotic.
Right. Some despotic order. It does take extra effort to pull wisdom out of cacophony, right? But
No, it does.
there is wisdom in cacophony. But it's just very
Well,
difficult to find in there sometimes.
no, it's like everybody the problem with the problem that I see right now is that right now we have all this information and we don't have any way to slice through it all. And civil rights are doing better in this country. Vladimir Putin's getting a little bit uppity, but he's probably not going to do anything too bad. Colbert's replacing Letterman. I've got a little hope for the future. I got to tell you.
Okay, all right.
I got a little hope.
All right, good. That's good. Yankees are playing the Red Sox tonight, so we're on opposite sides of that.
No, we're not really on opposite sides.
Oh, good. Okay, so
because I don't root for the Red Sox.
Oh,
I just root for the Yankees to die.
That's it. Exactly.
For them on their charter plane to just fall down and burn.
See, now this is where people know where you and I really became pals in comedy. Because I love that line. The idea of the team plane crashing has been funny to me since sixth grade. Like if I hated some team, I would come right to school and go, I want that team plane to crash with the coach. And I would always throw in, and with the wives, just to upset the girls.
With the wives, yes.
Yeah, make the girls upset.
The children too. I mean, we don't want their seed to we don't want their seed to grow.
We don't. Look how tough a life that girl is that survived that plane crash in Detroit. She's had a terrible time. It's really better just, jump in the flames.
Yeah, she should have just died.
Just jump in the flames. That's it, yeah.
I think that's just a good advice for everybody.
So do you think the Equality News Network will get that this last portion was humor? Or do you think they're going to go, oh, you know what? He's not anti-LGBT. He just hates everybody and he wants them to die in a Holocaust. You think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I really don't.
All right.
I really don't.
Well, here's what I do know. I know one thing. Happy birthday to you. 36 is a beautiful age to be. Did your mom accompany you tonight? She was on your arm, you said?
Yeah. My mom came to visit my boyfriend today.
Right on.
But first time they met today.
Oh.
Big day.
God,
Big day.
Yeah, really. Did you do most of the talking or did you let it flow?
No. I let it flow.
You let it flow.
I mean, listen. I'm a trans woman. I've got my boyfriend, and then I got my mom. And
right.
at this point in time, my mom's pretty much bulletproof. I mean, I've surprised her as much as I possibly
Your mom's bulletproof. That's a great phrase.
Yeah, I could say I want to have sex with a unicorn, and that would probably be not that weird to her anymore.
She would not be shocked. Right. She's beyond shocking now.
Probably. Yeah. I mean. Maybe a little, but she's gone through.
She might be concerned for the unicorn. She might be concerned for the other side. All right, so true. You don't you have brothers? Aren't there the Maywalt brothers?
Yeah, there are. I have two brothers.
That's
I
it.
live with one. And the other.
That's it. Is right. You have one as a roommate. So, did the out of town one come in for the B-Day? Was
no. He's in Oregon. He called me.
Wow, it's Oregon. Okay, I lived in Portland. What city is he in Oregon up there?
Portland.
Wow. So I know his whole downtown. I lived on Southwest 3rd. That's a great downtown. It's right on top of the river. You can walk right near Have you been to visit?
No, I haven't yet. Hopefully this year.
You will love Portland. Is much less pretentious than Seattle. Seattle is pushy and crabby.
Everything I hear about Portland is it's like the Williamsburg of the West Coast. I'm not so sure I'm going to like it.
Right, it might be too snooty by now, but I loved it.
Then again, I've started wearing glasses that I don't need. So,
look at you, Tina Fey. You look great. All right, listen, you're so nice to do this on a Sunday and your birthday, and I love you to death. And, I really feel like you're vouching for me as a trans woman for this Equality News Network. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your character witness.
I don't. Well, I mean, I'll vouch for you to the end of the earth. You're a good person. You're a good person at heart, even if the outside it smells like garbage.
Sometimes. Can be. That's right. Can be very coarse and damaging. Listen, have a great night, and thank you for today. And then we'll have you back. Now you visit once in a while. Maybe this is the best way to do it. Is pre-tape it the night before, no schedules in the way, and just have a good talk. All right, Sarah. Always fun.
All right. Have a good night, Edward.
Take care. You too.